All right. Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Welcome this evening. Welcome. All right, we got a couple minutes until we get started. Oh, it's so cold tonight. We are going to be working from the ground up tonight, so it'll be fun. We're going to do a full body stretch, starting from the ankles, working all the way up to the head and neck. 2 blocks will be helpful if you have them, but if you don't, that's totally fine. And just before we get started, I do have a little announcement about our weekly free live stream here on YouTube. Starting in February, or next week. Wait, is next Monday the new month? No, it's not. Okay. Well, starting next week, I'm going to just be doing 1 free class on YouTube per month. There will still be a class every Tuesday at 7 p.m., but it will be unlisted on YouTube behind the $3 Patreon wall, because there is a tip jar option to support the content I make on YouTube. And then there's the $8 for all class recordings and $12.50 for all live classes and everything. And yeah, so we're going to be moving 3 out of our 4 Tuesday classes a month behind that wall. So if you're on Patreon, for the minimum of $3, you'll have access to all of those for all of these live YouTube live streams. But yes, because unfortunately, I don't make any income off YouTube because I don't meet their minimum requirements. And unfortunately, I'm not making very much money doing this at all. Hardly anything. So I really do need to move a little more stuff behind there. So I hope that you may choose, if you're interested, to go check out Patreon. Of course, there is always no pressure to do so. There'll still be 1 free class a month on here and all of the previous ones on the page. But with that said, if you have any questions, you can also pop them in the chat. But we're going to get started this evening. It is time. So let's come on to the back. Coming all the way down, letting the legs stretch out long, and the arms relax. Let's take 3 full breaths here to begin. Finding a deep inhale in through the nose, feeling the chest and the stomach rise, and exhaling from the mouth, letting the body soften and the shoulders relax. Great. Finishing off that last breath, let's take the legs up towards the sky. They can take a soft bend here, no need to have straight legs. We're just going to start to circle out through the ankles. Getting out all those little crackles from the day. Great. Let's go ahead and switch that direction. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slow those to a stop. Release the feet to plant down and stretch the legs back out. With an inhale, let's pull the right knee in towards the chest. You can hold on to that knee or shin. Find some gentle movement, taking that leg side to side. Starting to slowly work into the hips here. Great, let's meet with that right leg back hugged into center. and take it up towards the sky. The left leg, or left hand, is going to come grab onto that right leg, and we'll slowly start to draw it across the body, but we're not coming into a twist. We want the whole back to stay planted on the ground here. So it's not going to come very far. And once you're there, let's try to turn the toes down towards the ground, finding an internal rotation through the leg to try to get into our IT band. Take just 2 more breaths. Great, and then starting to bend into that right knee, let it relax all the way over to the left in a twist. I'm trying to keep the shoulders down towards the mat. I like to take mine to a goalpost. You could reach them out to a T, or let them rest really wherever is comfortable here. Great, take about 3 more full breaths to settle into this twist. Great, slowly rolling that back to center on the back. Take that right leg back up towards the sky. The left leg can stay extended, or you can bring it up to a bend. Let's find just a few points and flexes through the right foot. The flex is going to intensify that stretch through the hamstring. And again, you can always reduce that by the stretch here by bringing the left foot up to plant. Oh my gosh, which side is right? Which side is left? Last 3, last 2, and last 1. Let's end with a flex into the right foot. Start to bend into the right knee, bringing it towards the outside of the torso. Right hand can grab onto the thigh, the shin, or maybe even the outer edge of the foot for half happy baby. Just like those points and flexes, left leg could be extended or it can be planted. One more full breath. And then releasing that leg, let the right leg stretch out long. Right, let's pull that left knee in here, holding on to the shin. And starting with that gentle movement side to side. Great, slowing that movement to a stop. Left leg extends up towards the sky. Right arm is going to gently reach up so we can slowly start to guide that left leg across the body, but not falling into a twist here. Keep that low back on the ground. Once you've gone as far as you can go, maybe try to turn the toes down here, finding an internal rotation through that leg. Awesome, holding here. Stretching through the IT band, one more full breath. And then we can relax into a twist, let the left knee bend, falling all the way over to the right side. Relax the shoulders. We'll take 3 or 4 more full breaths in this twist. You can always use a block to support the left leg here. Great, one more full breath. And then slowly roll it back to center, extending that left leg up towards the sky. Right leg can stay long or come up to a bend. And start to take some points and flexies through that left foot. You can hold on to the leg with the arms if you'd like to support it there. Great, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll end with a flex into that foot and start to bend into the left knee, bringing it towards the outside of the torso. Grabbing wherever is comfortable on that leg or even the outer edge of the foot to find your half happy baby. Great, holding here for just one more full breath. And then slowly releasing, let the left leg stretch out. Reach the arms up along the ears, take a big full body stretch. And then gathering the knees in towards the chest. Hands can slip just behind the knee pits to take a little rock up to a seat. So let's come up to a crisscross applesauce. Sitting up tall here. Inhaling to reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, right hand down, left arm reaches up and over, side body stretch. So inhaling that up. Exhaling over to the left. Nice. Let's take that over one more time. Inhaling up. Exhaling to the right. Pause here, take a full breath, really reaching through that top arm. And inhaling that up. Exhale it over to the left. Take a full breath, extending. And then inhaling that all the way back up. Exhale, relax the arms down. Great, let's extend the legs out in front here to find a seated pike. Sitting up tall, take the knees into a gentle bend here. Inhaling to lengthen out the spine. And with an exhale, hinging forward, thinking about belly coming towards the thighs here in this fold. And you can adjust the legs to your comfort, maybe starting to walk them out, trying to keep that connection as you hinge forward. Finding a stretch through the back of the legs. Take one more breath in. And breath out. Nice. So inhale that all the way back up, pulling the right foot in, bottom of the right foot to the left inner thigh. Seated tree or Janu Shirshasana. Inhaling up tall. And exhaling to hinge forward and fold once again here. You can always take that soft bend into the left knee. Great, take another full breath. And we'll roll that all the way back up. Let's take that right foot and cross it just over the left. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, backstroke the right arm, twisting to the right. Hands can relax down, finding a twist here, sitting tall. Maybe you take a peek over that right shoulder. Great, slowly turning that back to center. Uncross that right leg to stretch it out. Awesome, let's pull that left foot in towards the right inner thigh. Inhaling tall to lengthen, maybe even reaching the arms up. Exhaling to hinge forward and fold. You can always add that soft bend into the knee. That can help make a lot more space through your folds. Great, using full exhales here. Maybe that exhale helps you sink a little bit deeper, find a little more space. One more breath. And then we'll take that all the way back up, crossing the left leg just over the right. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Letting the arms relax. Maybe finding a peek over that shoulder. Just like in our folds, maybe with the exhales, you find a little deeper of a twist. Great, and slowly turn that back to center. Lean back to rebend into the knees. Take a couple windshield wipers side to side. Great, and we'll pause with the knees to either side to let the legs tuck all the way off, coming forward to a tabletop position, finding all fours, hands and knees. Tacking wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's move through some cat-cows here, inhaling to reach the heart forward, draw the shoulder blades together and down the back, feeling that back activate. Exhale to push the ground away, contracting chin to chest, finding space between the shoulder blades. Great, inhaling to open that forward. Exhaling to round away. Awesome, take a few more here. Maybe even thinking about starting this movement from the tailbone, letting that ripple up through the spine so the head is the last part to move along this. Sometimes I find it helps to think about visualizing each vertebra of the spine slowly moving. Let's take just one more round here. And then bringing that all the way back to neutral. Awesome. Let's tuck the toes and take it up and back to a downward facing dog. Maybe finding a gentle pedal out through the feet here. Really pushing the ground away, pressing strong through the shoulders. Take one more breath in. And exhale, relax the knees down to tabletop. So inhaling to send the right leg back, lift it up off the mat. Exhale, pulls knee to nose, right foot steps through to a low lunge. You could grab blocks up under the hands here if you like in this lunge. Find that tuck of the tailbone, send the hips down, finding space through the hip flexor. And we're going to take a couple breaths to sink into this lunge. You can remain still, maybe gently opening and closing the hips, gently turning towards the left and then closing, squaring the hip center. You could also play with gently winging that right knee out. Let's take one more full breath. All right, let's pull that back to a hamstring stretch. Start to pull the hips back, lengthening through the right leg, flexing into the foot. Finding your half split, Ardha Anumanasana. We'll take a few breaths in here as well. You can find stillness or maybe playing with some points and flexing into that right foot like we did on the ground. That flex is going to intensify that stretch through the hamstring. I'm really thinking about having a long spine here. We don't want to be rounded over the leg. We want to be nice and tall, trying to find that hinge forward. All right, let's shift it back forward to a lunge. And I'm going to give an option here. So you can stay in this lunge, finding a few more breaths here, or if you'd like to find a quad stretch, you can start to squeeze that left heel in towards the butt. Either hand can reach back for that foot, maybe drawing it in a little bit closer, being mindful of your knee. You can always double up the mat, add extra padding. And something I like to do in my quad stretch is take one of my nice, thick, sturdy blocks and take it just under the right butt cheek to kind of support my hip here. So I'm not as focused on the balance and I can focus more on getting a stretch into my quad. It also keeps my hips quite stable. So yeah, whatever feels good for you here. We're going to take 2 more breaths, either with the quad stretch or with the lunge. Great, and when you're ready to come out of there, slowly release that back leg, and we'll start to push into the blocks to send the hips back and step it back to your tabletop. Maybe giving the hips a little wiggle side to side. And we'll take that over to the other side. Inhaling to send the left leg back. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Rising up to find that low lunge, finding that tuck, send the hips down. Opening up the hip flexor for 3 to 4 breaths here in stillness, or maybe finding a little movement. Exhaling to think about sending the hips down, maybe those little opens and closes, finding an active squaring of the hip, or even gently winging that knee in and out. Whatever feels good for your body here. All right, and when we're ready, let's start to shift it back to a hamstring stretch. Pull the hips back, straighten through the left leg, flex into the foot. I like to walk my blocks back by my sides, lengthening out the spine, and either finding some stillness here or maybe taking those points and flexes through that left foot. Making sure the hips are centered here so we're not like swaying way off to one side or the other. Take one more full breath. All right, let's start to shift it back forward to a lunge. And with the option to add on your quad stretch here. Again, I like to take my block, stick it under the left butt cheek to support the hip there, and maybe squeezing that right heel in. Same hand or opposite hand can reach back for that foot. Gently drawing it in, being mindful of the knee. Just a couple more breaths here. All right, almost there. And let's slowly start to release. Great. Blocks can pop back under the hands to start to shift the hips back. Step it back to your tabletop. Blocks can tuck up to this top. And we'll take it back to a downward facing dog. Right from here, let's start to walk it to the back of the mat to meet in a forward fold. Taking a soft bend into the knees, let the head hang heavy. And with an inhale, slowly roll it all the way up to standing. Exhaling to relax the shoulders down the back at the top. So let's take a little big arm circles. Inhaling to reach the arms forward. Exhaling as they fall back. Can't see me, there we go. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. Let's take one more in this direction. Big, strong breaths here. We'll switch the direction. Inhaling the arms back. Exhaling as they fall forward. Nice. And one more time. Inhaling back. And with the exhale, let's take it all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, find length through your spine in a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's plant the hands, curl it forward to a plank, and lower all the way down to the ground. Awesome. Sliding the hands just under the shoulders here. Gently inhale, let's peel the heart up. Baby cobra. Activating the shoulder blades down the back. And exhaling to release down. Okay, let's keep the left hand under the shoulder and reach the right arm straight out, palm down towards the ground. Inhaling to bend into the left knee. And with an exhale, rolling over onto the right hip. Finding a stretch through the chest and the front of the shoulder. Head can relax down towards the mat here. Take one more breath. And then slowly undoing. We'll take that right over to the other side. A right hand under the shoulder. Left arm reaches straight out, palm down. Inhaling to bend into the right knee. Exhale, roll it over onto the left hip. Great, 2 breaths. And then we'll slowly undo that back to center. Great, slide both hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, and let's push it back up to a tabletop position, coming all the way back to a kneel. Now, if kneeling doesn't feel good for your knees, you can always come to a crisscross applesauce seat here. Let's take the hands just behind the back and interlace the fingers, extend through the arms, finding a chest expansion grip here. Draw the shoulder blades together, finding an opening through the front line. Full breath in and full breath out. Awesome. Let's take that fist and take it over by the right side body. And gently drawing that right elbow in and let right ear fall towards right shoulder. Now having this fist with the hands over on this right side is going to help anchor down that left shoulder so we can really get into that neck. And you can stay still here, or we can add a little movement, gently turning the nose down to the shoulder and the nose up to the sky. Slowly, carefully moving through the neck. Take a few moments here. This is definitely my favorite neck stretch to take after an office day. And of course, if this doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can totally undo these hands and take the same movement without this grip. All right, slowly bring the head back to center. Take this fist and take it over to the left. Left elbow gently draws in and let left ear fall towards left shoulder. Find a breath here. And then if you wanted to add on that movement, gently turning the nose down and taking the nose slowly up. Great, take one more full breath. And slowly, head comes all the way back to center. Let those hands go. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, take a couple circles out through the wrists, letting the hands come all the way down by the sides. We'll take that one more time, inhaling to reach. Exhale, take those circles into the opposite direction. Great, letting the arms relax all the way by the sides, or maybe bringing them onto the lap. Let's take 3 full breaths here. Taking a nice deep inhale through the nose, chest rises. And exhaling to soften. Maybe one more time. And let the jaw relax. Great. You can stay here as long as you like if you want to take a little more extended of a Shavasana. But thank you for being here tonight for our From the Ground Up stretch. So, as I mentioned at the beginning, I'm just going to reiterate this one more time. Effective next week, our Gateway to Yoga free YouTube live stream is only going to be free open on the first Tuesday of the month. So that would be the first one will be February 6th. There will still be a live stream every Tuesday, but the other ones will always be unlisted on YouTube, so they'll be for patrons only for just the $3 fee on there. There's 3 different pay options on Patreon. There's $3 as a tip jar for YouTube content. There's $8 for access to all recordings of classes, and there's $12.50 for all live classes and all recordings, so everything. But I do have to move some of these behind the Patreon wall because unfortunately I don't make any money from YouTube content because I don't meet their requirements to make any income off here, and I really need to be trying to make a little bit more doing what I do. So hopefully you see the value in that, and I'd love to see you on there. And if not, I totally understand. There'll still be a free one on here the first Tuesday of every month, and we have all those recordings on here as well on my YouTube page. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, or if you wanted to trial Patreon, let me know. You're welcome, Linda. Thank you for being here. And that's all for this evening. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And did you hear that? Did you hear Dexter meowing? What did you say, buddy? He says, come join us on Patreon. Yay. Thank you, Leanne. We love having you here. All right, I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Please check out the link below. Check out Patreon, $3 to join our Tuesday night classes. I will see you soon.